What's up, peeps? We're gonna check out the spot market, spot market here, and see the best state to be in for. I mean, I just tell them best state to be in for your dry van right now. So it's kind of small. I can't blow it up, but we're gonna look at loads in, loads out. Sorry, yesterday I didn't do the taxes. I went and ate, did some other stuff. Anyways, let's get right to it. So any state that has more loads out than loads in is going to be a favorable state to go to. So Alabama has more loads in than out, but it's almost 1-to-1 close. Arkansas is looking really good right now for dry van. They got 400 in, 413 in, and 687 out. So that's a very favorable state. Arizona, a little bit lopsided for the brokers. California is lopsided. You got 2,000 in, only 1,600 out. Look at Colorado. It's got 578 loads in. It's got 159 loads out. So it's completely lopsided for dry van. You do not want to go to Colorado. It is a very dry state for dry van. A lot of loads going there, but not a lot of leaving. Connecticut, 207 in, 106 out. DC, 14 in, 2 out. Delaware, 39 in, 40 out. So that's 1 and 1 almost. It's not bad. Florida, 1869 in, 1,000 out. So you have 2 for 1 for Florida. Georgia, looking a little bit more favorable, 1,500 in, 1,900 out. But considering that Florida is, going to have 1,900 trucks delivering loads and only 1,000 coming out, 900 of them trucks probably going to go to Georgia because it's only got a 400 load difference. So it kind of eats them loads up. Florida will, all the trucks leaving there. Iowa's got 423 in, 500 out, almost 1 for 1. Idaho, 127 in, 152 out. The other day I looked at this and Idaho was like 400 out, like 150 in, 400 out. So it's slowed down some, unless they just didn't put the loads on yet. Illinois, 1,500 in, 1,600 out, almost 1 for 1. Indiana, 940, 1,000, 1 for 1. Kansas City, 373 in, 387 out, 1 for 1. Kentucky, 600 in, 750 out. So Kentucky is a little bit favorable for truckers right now. Louisiana, 439 in, 780 out. Wow. So right now, Louisiana is kicking. Louisiana would be a really good state to go to. Maine, wow, 400 in, 200 out. That is not a favorable state. Maryland, 400 in, 260 out. Not favorable. Did I say Maine right there? Yeah, Maine. 68 in. All right, Michigan, 800 in, 500 out. Minnesota, 500 in, 230 out. Whoops. Then Missouri, 560 in, 1,000 out. So Missouri is a favorable state. If you can get to Missouri, you're probably going to get a good load dry van. Mississippi, 300 in, 600 out. That's 2 for 1. Mississippi's a good state. Montana, completely dead. North Carolina, 1,300 in, 1,100 out. A little bit lopsided, but they got a lot of loads for that small state. North Dakota, yeah, you're dead. 85 in, 14 out. Nebraska, 240 in, 70 out. New Hampshire, 85 in, 20 out. Wow. New Jersey is almost 1-for-1, 690. New Mexico, 1-for-1. Nevada, a little bit lopsided for the broker. 280 in, 200 out. New York, 800 in, 650 out. Ohio, 1,400 in, 1,300 out. So that's almost 1-for-1, but a lot of loads there. Oklahoma, 570 in, 350 out. A little bit lopsided. Oregon, 300 out, 160 in. Or 300 in, 160 out. Lopsided for the broker. Pennsylvania, it's almost 1-for-1. 1335 in, 1380 out. Rhode Island, South Carolina, 600 in, 900 out. So South Carolina, you have a little bit of advantage. Dry vans out. Looks like a good state right now. That's a good state to go to, but come tomorrow and next day, these can always change. But Tennessee, 1,000 in, 1,000 out. Texas, 2,800 in. Wow, 4,800 out. Booyah, baby. Texas is the state to be right now. That's the top of the chart right now. You have a dry van, you're in Texas, you want to get $3 a mile. Push for the highest load you can get because they have to pay you. There's not enough trucks to fill them loads. So if you're in Texas this morning, you're going to be empty. I would push for a really good rate, and they're going to have to pay you. Otherwise, they're going to be stuck with the load, and they're not going to be able to get it off. Utah, 350 in, 100 out. Virginia, 700 in, 800 out. Washington, 450 in, 200 out. Wisconsin, 900 in, 760 out. Wisconsin used to be a really good state. It's kind of slowed down. Then we got West Virginia. I can't even see it because we're close. $700 in, or that's Virginia, 800 out. Vermont, 1-1. Man, I can't see. Okay, West Virginia, 147 out, 147 in, 117 out. Let me shrink this because it's too. All right, now let me look at reefers. Takeaway driving. So I'm just gonna fly through them and see what state's the best because I gotta get ready to leave here. Arkansas, 160 in, 430 out. Arkansas is a banging state for reefers. Arizona, 300 in, 400 out. Cali, 830 in, 1,400 out. Cali, I wonder if them plants are starting to bloom and stuff, and they're starting to push a little bit of their plants and flowers come out because Cali hasn't been paying for a while, but it's starting to pick up here. Colorado, 300 in, 50 out. Wow. Florida, 872 in, 800 out, almost 1-1. Georgia, 1-1. Just trying to look at the really oddball states. Idaho, 50 in, 150 out. That's a good state. Kentucky. Maine is a horrible state. 240 in, 75 out. Maryland, horrible state. 250 in, 30 out. Missouri is a great state. 220 in, 500 out. 2-for-1. Missouri. Mississippi, 88 in, 157 out. Maine, Missouri, and Mississippi, there's good states. North Carolina sucks. 520 in, 258 out. New Jersey's lopsided. It used to be a good state, but not anymore. 330 in, 288 out. New York, horrible, lopsided. Oklahoma, 1-1. Oregon, I see why I didn't get a good load last time I went to overruns. 190 in, 160 out. PA 600 in, 440 out. Not a good state. It used to be a good state. South Carolina, same, 200 in, 150 out. Tennessee, almost 1-1. Texas, 1,000 in, 1,700 out. Texas is the state for dry-vent and reefer. It tops the charts for everyone. Texas is your state. You need to go to Texas and go get a load and get yourself some money. If you haven't seen a good load, you need to go to Texas and get yourself a good load. Dry vans and reefers. Reefers is banging out too. Virginia 320 in, 200 out. Washington 300 in, 150 out. Wisconsin 300 in, 420 out. A little bit favorable for Wisconsin here, but all the other states around it are not favorable, so it doesn't do nothing. And that's it. We just looked at the ratios. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit the thumbs up, man, and subscribe for future ones. Peace.